Hello everybody, this is Vlasta, and today I want to show you the new version of Real World Icon Editor, which is not yet complete, but there are some changes, major changes that I want to demonstrate, and I want your feedback. So first let's compare the old and the new version. Here is the old version and the new icon wizard allows you to create icons for Windows XP or Windows 7. In the new version you have a much broader, many more options, and there is one more important change that you will see right now when I click on Create. The list of images inside the icon is now shown here below the canvas. In the old version the images were on the left side. You may also notice these little circles, these dots, and the lines between these dots. This is quite important, as you will see in a moment. You can see this first 256 pixels icon is not connected, but I can select these and connect them to this first format, and now all the formats are connected. That means that once I make a change to any, it means that all these images in the icons are using the same source image, which is now empty, and I will draw a simple icon right now. So I will use the shape tool here, and let's use a white color, and I will draw a simple cloud. And you can see that all the previews are showing the partially completed cloud. Well, one more. It is not very nice, so let's change it a bit. So you can see that all the images are changing as I am editing the source image, and that is a major change from the previous version. In the previous version, if I draw something to one image, it only affects that one image. So in the new version this saves a lot of time, and as you can see, this layer is not a raster layer as in the previous version, but it is a vector layer, and that means that you can change these shapes at any time. If you save the icon in the .ric format, you can later open it and change this shape or apply effects to it. So let me apply an effect to it. Let's use the bevel effect, and it's not visible because these other images are too small, but a small bevel effect is applied to all of them. And I can even change it if it's too small and I want a bigger bevel effect. I can change the layer style of this vector layer. You may also notice on this preview that there is also a shadow around the edges of the cloud, and the shadow is not visible on the main canvas. If you know how the old Real-World Icon Editor worked, you may remember that while you were converting images to icons, you were able to configure a shadow that is applied on each generated image. That is still inside the application, but now it's you can change it at any time. It's not fixed as it was before. At the moment of conversion, you have chosen how intense the shadow should be, and in the new version you can change it at any time. So if I use this slider here on the Properties tab, and you should watch this preview window. As I draw it, the shadow changes. So again, this is a setting you can change at any time, and it affects all the images. If I switch, for example, to this 48 pixels image and use the slider, you can see that the shadow, the outline shadow, is more or less intense. Each of these formats also has another setting that affects only that one format. So you can fine-tune each of these generated images to have the best outline, the outline you like the best. There is also one more setting that kind of was not in the previous version. You can now automatically adjust the size of the content. Let me switch back to the largest image, and you can see these lines that indicate the 256 pixels size. So if I enable these settings, you can see that the content is automatically scaled to fill the whole canvas. That is because here is the relative size set to 100%. I can make it smaller, and you can see that it affects all the images. You can change the alignment, and this is also something that you can change at any time. If I save this image, we call it test, close it, and then return to it. I can, for example, change the size to 100%, and everything, I can change everything. So, what if now you, for example, want to make the large image different than the other images? That is easy. I can start dragging this image and drag it somewhere on a where is a blank space. And now you can see that the line that was between these two images disappeared, and that means that while these small images share one source, the large image is not using the same source anymore. And for example, if I add a new layer to this image and draw something to it, for example, a sun, let me give it under that first layer, that only the first image will be using this second source. And if I, for example, decided I want these 48 pixels images to use the same source, I can select them, drag them over this first image, and they will now use the source from this first image. So now the 256 pixels image, and all the 48 pixels images in 3 different color depths are using one source, and all the smaller images are using a second source. If I want to put these 48 pixels images to use the smaller source, I can just drag them back. So this should give you the flexibility you need when you create icons. This is the major change in this version of Real World Icon Editor. There are also a lot of other changes, but I will talk about the other changes in different broadcasts. If you have any questions, you can post them on the video, and we will answer them as soon as we get to them. So thank you for watching, and this preview version of the Real World Icon Editor will be available to anyone who wants it. I will post a link to it under the video and also on my blog. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.